Hey, what is going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we're
Once again,
back on for a quick one, right? This isn't a full episode. It's just a little quick action. We told you guys last Sunday that we was going, show you guys our brackets, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Swann Don have the stage in a
yes,
minute,
yes,
obviously,
yes.
and then we'll let him talk about. I'm gonna let him tell me why my bracket is gonna beat his and why he's gonna be wearing USC gear um, when it's all
The
said and
the
done.
the nerve of this guy, you know what I'm saying? But once again, this is a very, very, very exciting time of year.
Mhm.
March NCAA tournament, March Madness, and
Mhm.
all I can say is, you know what I'm saying, just looking at these brackets, man, is potentially some really, 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 really interesting games that could possibly come into fruition, man. And I got that you obviously you got to pick some upsets. So definitely got a few upsets, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, with that being said, real quick, just gonna get into the first round. I know for myself, a couple games to look out for. So obviously, every year the NCAA tournament has their version of like
The
the
play-in,
play-in tournament. Yeah, so
right?
they'll have two games on Tuesday where two teams play for an 11 seed, and then two teams will play for a 16 seed, and then on a Wednesday they'll have two teams play for a 12 seed and two teams play for a 16 seed. Now, here's something to keep in mind for, you know what I'm saying, all my tournament heads when you get ready to fill out your bracket. Here's something to keep in mind. Since they've started that format, which has been maybe about 5 or 6 years or so now, since they started that format, an 11 who that plays in that play-in game, the 11 versus 11 game, and 11 has made it at least to the Sweet 16 from that play-in game every year since they've done it. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Every year.
Every year since they started that format.
Hmm.
And so that's just something to keep in mind. And I, keeping in that tradition, I did pick one of these teams. So I got Rutgers winning one of the playing games. They'll be playing Notre Dame for one of the 11 seeds. I got Rutgers, Big Ten team, physical team. They've been playing pretty tough. They went 12-8 in conference play. They had a better conference record than some of the blue bloods in the Big Ten. They had a better record than Michigan State, um, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? They did better. Michigan, who a lot of
Mhm.
people preseason had Michigan as a top 5 team in the nation, but
Mhm.
Rutgers ended up having a better conference record than all three of those teams. They're a physical team. They get up for big games. And like I said, not only do I have them winning their play-in game against Notre Dame, but I also having them winning their first round matchup against Alabama, a SEC team who's been a little inconsistent.
Oh, I'll pick
Uh,
Alabama.
hey,
I'll take
hey,
Alabama.
hey, once again, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, Alabama's the 6th seed. Rutgers, getting in if they win the playing game, they'd be an 11 seed. That's not a
Mhm.
bad choice at all. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because Alabama, they got a lot of firepower offensively. You know what I'm saying? They got a freshman in JD Davison who's a freakish athlete. You'll probably see him playing in the NBA. He'll probably be a in mid to end of the first round pick. I'm sure he's
Mhm.
probably going to leave this year. Freakish athlete. You know what I'm saying? If you get a chance, you can go look him up on YouTube, see some of his high school clips. JD Davison, freakish athlete playing
Oh,
at
Alabama
Alabama.
been putting out some athletic guards, huh?
They
Yeah,
try, man. They try. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They're trying to make a name for a little more than just football. You know what I'm
Football,
saying?
right?
Roll Tide. But I actually got them getting rolled over. I got Rutgers beating them, and then I got that potentially setting up a second round matchup with Texas Tech, which I think is going to be one of the uglier games in the tournament. Like I said, two really physical teams. Texas Tech, their program is known for being a tough defensive team,
Mhm.
and I see them meeting in the second round. I see that being a really ugly game, but the type of game that I can see Rutgers winning because Texas Tech, they always tend to have problems offensively. So that's a game I can see Rutgers winning. And yeah, I got Rutgers in the Sweet 16. They're one of my surprise teams as far as in the first round, a first
Didn't
round upset.
didn't Texas Tech make it to the final four a few years ago?
They did, but
Mhm.
once again, you know what I'm saying, they did it off of defense, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then they had a guy who went in the first round. They had Jared Culver then, a
Mhm.
first round pick then. Nobody on their team, on Texas Tech's team right now is I believe is really of a first round caliber talent.
Right. They're more of
However,
like It's more of a collective effort. They don't really have a star player like that.
Exactly. However, I mean, like I said, I mean, they did really well in conference play. They're always a tough defensive team. So yeah, I mean, I just want to throw that out there. That's one of the first round upsets I got. Virginia Tech, who, by the way, won the ACC tournament this year. They won the ACC tournament. They ended up getting in as an 11 seed, and I got them also winning their first round matchup against Texas, and I actually got them in a potential second round matchup with a good Purdue team out of the Big Ten, but I got them winning, getting to the Sweet 16. Let's see what other upsets do I have that people could possibly look out for here in the first round. That's really it. Other than that, I pretty much got it.
UAB over Houston.
I think Houston's gonna roll those.
No,
guys.
I know. I took Houston too. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that froggy.
I do have one more possible first round upset. In one of the play-in games, we got the 12-12 matchup. We got Indiana playing Wyoming. I have Indiana winning that play-in game, and then I have them as a 12 seed beat St. Mary's. Don't get me wrong. I mean, St. Mary's, you know, they always have a pretty stout program out there in the West Coast Conference. They're always overshadowed because I believe for the 10th year or something in a row now, Gonzaga's won the West Coast Conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they kind of live in the shadows of a team like Gonzaga, but St. Mary's always has a pretty solid program. I just think Indiana's really battle tested playing in a conference in the Big Ten that I just think top to bottom is probably a little more talented than the West Coast Conference, and I think they'll bring that experience and that toughness into play in that first round game. And I got them. I don't got them getting too far, but I do got them getting the upset in the first round and beating St. Mary's. But what about yourself? Any first round, upsets that you kind of have or that you may have picked or whatever?
Well, I'll throw two out.
Okay.
I got Loyola of Chicago over Ohio State.
Oh, right, actually, I have that too. I forgot about that. And quietly, Loyola's putting together a heck of a program there. Quietly, you know what I'm saying? Local team, Chicago team, they're quietly putting together a heck of a program. A couple years removed from a Final Four appearance. I actually had that one too. I forgot about that one. A 10-7 matchup. 10 is very feasible. A lot of times in this tournament, you see 10s beat 7s, and that's one to look out for you. That's a good one.
I feel like, look, every guy that couldn't make it, that couldn't go to Illinois, went to Loyola, and they just making everybody pay for it.
Oh yeah, the guys that like the Chicago guys who couldn't get to Illinois, couldn't get to DePaul or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up right there, staying pretty local at Loyola. Yeah, and they're really putting together a really solid program there. Yeah, that's a good one though, man. I did pick that one. I didn't mention that one. Yeah, that's a good one. I also one more to look out for.
Throw it out.
So there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this team of late. And I'm speaking of the Michigan Wolverines. Obviously, Juwan Howard's their coach. Juwan Howard had the incident against I believe that was Wisconsin's coach or whatever, where he reached out and threw kind of an open-handed punch at one of their assistant coaches or whatever. Got himself suspended for 5 games.
He's back.
He is back. This Michigan team hasn't lived up to preseason expectations.
No, they haven't.
However, I just think at least for a game, they can kind of, rally around some of the troubles that they went to and really just go out there and play for Juwan Howard and just get a win, at least in that first round matchup. They play they're an 11 seed. They play Colorado State.
I have them winning too.
Yeah, I just see them maybe at least for a game rallying around before eventually the next round losing to Tennessee.
Same thing, man. So look, somebody got to wear this gear. We got too much alike picks. I'll tell you one thing. We were speaking of Illinois earlier. I took Chattanooga over Illinois.
Well, I couldn't quite do it, and that's a very feasible matchup just because Illinois is kind of an enigma. You know what I'm saying? Because they started out, I believe they lost probably 3 of their first 5 games coming into the season. Then they hit a little streak. They've been kind of in and out of the top 25. They've been
kind of underwhelming for a team that's supposed to be really talented.
Yeah. They lost some key pieces from last year's team, and I know they've had a few injuries. Like I said, they got a guy that's a load down there in the middle in Kofi Coburn, one of the better players in the Big Ten this season. So I mean, I picked Illinois, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if Chattanooga beat them. I actually got Illinois getting to the Sweet 16. And
Ooh.
speaking of the Sweet 16,
Mhm.
I was just wondering. I obviously mentioned a couple teams that I had, a couple possible upsets or double-digit seeds that I have getting to the Sweet 16. I mentioned Rutgers. I have them in the Sweet 16. I mentioned Virginia Tech. Um, this is a real sleeper, a real sleeper here, and I didn't even mention this. So Richmond won the Atlantic 10 Conference.
I picked Richmond. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
They got hot at the right time, and they
Mhm.
ended up winning the Atlantic 10 Conference, and they possibly took an at-large bid from a team who otherwise probably would have got in because, I mean, I don't know if Richmond hadn't won their conference championship, they might not have gotten in. However, a lot of times with this tournament, it isn't about who's the best team. It's about who's the hottest team. And on any given night, when you're just playing one tournament game, anything can happen. Richmond is hot. And yeah, I got them. I got them beating a good Big Ten team in Iowa in the first round. And then I think if they can get past Iowa, I see a really favorable matchup for them against Providence, potentially against Providence.
Mhm.
And I think that they can go out there and beat Providence. A solid Providence team out of the Big East. They play really tough this year. They got Providence surprisingly has a lot of pretty solid wins this year. But I actually have Richmond in my Sweet 16. So as far as surprises in my Sweet 16, I got Rutgers getting there. I got Virginia Tech in my Sweet 16. And I actually have Richmond in my Sweet 16 as far as surprise teams go. Any surprise teams or any double digit seeds that you kind of got getting to the Sweet 16 possibly?
We're probably right on par. Yeah, I think we're actually on par with our upsets. I pretty much picked the same team. I have Richmond making it. Um, and yeah, I mean, I even though I picked Chattanooga over Illinois, I got them losing to Houston, and
Okay,
obviously
okay,
Houston making.
okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, Houston's another really tough team, talented team, and like I
Mhm.
said, Illinois, they're kind of hit or miss when it comes to playing against other teams who are pretty equal to them on that talent level. So yeah, I can see them losing to Houston. Just real quick, it's a couple there. I potentially have a couple really good Sweet 16 games. I got I actually have Baylor as my first number one seed to get knocked off because I have them losing.
Ooh,
I got them
to
losing in the second round to North
North Carolina.
Carolina. Who, FYI, North Carolina is my favorite collegiate basketball team. Let me go ahead and throw that out there. So maybe a little bias in that, but they're my favorite collegiate basketball team. But
Never knew that.
I got them. I got Baylor losing to North Carolina, which sets up for me. I have set up a potential Sweet 16 matchup between North Carolina and UCLA, and that's going to be a heck of a game. Two traditional schools, two blue bloods, two teams who between them have a slew of national championships. It's going to be a lot of talent all over the floor there, and that's going to be a really interesting game. Um, let's see here. Another pretty interesting potential Sweet 16 that I have, a matchup that I have, is Tennessee and Villanova.
I had that too. Tell us Tennessee
Yeah,
and Villanova, and I have
Tennessee.
Villanova coming out on top.
I do too, actually. I
Yeah.
actually got Villanova pulling that out. Tennessee, however, keep this in mind though. Tennessee is another one of those teams that has gotten hot at the right time. They went through and won the SEC championship.
Mhm.
They surprised people by beating a Kentucky team who a lot of people, if you look at a lot of brackets, a lot of analysts, many people have Kentucky
Kentucky,
possibly winning the championship this year.
right?
And we're looking at a Tennessee team who, en route to winning the SEC championship, winning the SEC tournament, they beat Kentucky. So don't be. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tennessee get the win there. However, I'm going with Villanova. You know, Villanova is quietly one of the best collegiate basketball programs in the nation. And although they've got
They
a
have a
couple
lot of
national
upperclassmen.
championships, they do.
They always have
And
upperclassmen.
although they've won a couple national championships over the past couple years, I still don't think that they get the type of respect they deserve as one of the better programs in the nation. Jay Wright, coach there at Villanova, has really put that program on the map, and I think they're one of the premier programs in the country. And you know they're probably going to run their usual, probably have a 3-guard lineup or something like that. and that potential Sweet 16 matchup against Tennessee is going to be really, really interesting.
I'll tell you which one's going to be good. I had Arizona versus Houston.
Oh yeah, and that will be that'll be another because Houston's going to get up for that game.
They're going to get up for that game.
I have Illinois there. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I think Houston's going to get up for that game. You know what I'm saying? Arizona has another guy there who and I know I'm going to mess up his name. Benedict Mathurin. I think I said his name right. Benedict Mathurin. As far as early draft preview, be on the lookout for him. You're gonna see his name getting called early, possibly a top 10 pick. Benedict Mathurin, real solid kid, athlete. Be on the lookout for him. You're gonna hear his name called early on in this year's NBA draft. But yeah, I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Speaking of Arizona, I think Arizona has a real chance to win it all.
I think Arizona. Well, no, I think Gonzaga has the easiest path to the Final Four.
True.
I do have Arizona as a Final Four team, though, and I think they probably have the second easiest path getting there. I wouldn't be surprised if they did win it all, though. I mean, they've been through a lot over the past couple of years. They've switched coaches, a few NCAA sanctions come against them. They've been through a lot over the past couple of years, but I could see Arizona winning it all. I didn't pick them to win it all, but I could see them winning it all. And speaking of. Well, before we get there, speaking of, we're gonna go ahead and jump ahead. It's a lot of great matchups, possible matchups in this tournament. However, we got to get down to the nitty-gritty. Final Four. So I'm gonna let you give your Final Four out and let's see where we at with it, because I have one really, really big surprise team in the Final Four. But as far as your Final Four teams, who you got?
Well, you know me, I'm gonna be a jerk. You ready for it?
Okay.
I got Gonzaga.
All right.
Arizona.
Okay.
UCLA.
Okay.
And USC. What, man? Come on.
Hey, I knew you were gonna pick USC. What? So obviously you're a West Coast guy. Pac-12 guys, so you got two Pac-12 teams. Excuse me.
How come they can't make it back?
Hey man, look. Hey, and I got them getting upset in the first round. I got Miami beating them in the first round.
Knock it off. Come on now.
I do.
Put some respect.
But with that being said, I mean, we got two of the same Final Four teams there. I have Gonzaga and Arizona as well.
All right, who are your other two teams?
All right, I have Gonzaga. I have Arizona. A slight surprise with this one. This is a team who was number one in the nation for a pretty extended period of time this year.
I feel like I know you're going to say.
Toward the end of the year, they kind of fell off a little bit, but I really, really, really like their team. I love their coach and Bruce Pearl. And so I got Auburn getting to the Final Four.
Okay, I figured as much.
Auburn has a kid, Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith will, hear me good, early on, Jabari Smith will be probably a top 3 pick in this year's draft.
Oh.
7-footer. The kid can shoot. I think he's shooting about 38% or so from three. Kid can shoot. He's athletic. He's long. He'll rim protect. Nice post game.
And you told me
Smith will be a top 3 pick. I believe in this year's draft.
And you told me he kind of reminds you of our guy Mobley. That's in the NBA right now.
And it's early on, but when I see him, I kind of get a little bit of an Evan Mobley feel from him, just to kind of equate him to someone from last year's draft. Evan Mobley is playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who's surprising everyone in the NBA right now in the playoff race there in the Eastern Conference. And Evan Mobley's having a pretty solid, I think he's getting about 14, 15 a game, about 7-8 rebounds. He's having a pretty solid rookie campaign. But just looking at their skills, and just looking at their skill sets and their frames, the way they build, the way they play, I think they're about the same. I think this kid Jabari Smith is a little more athletic. Jabari gets up and down the floor. He runs the floor like a deer. You know what I'm saying? He's great as far as turning and facing up. Like I said, I believe he'll be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. But yeah, I got Gonzaga, Arizona, Auburn, and here is my real surprise pick to get to the Final Four. Once again, I said a lot of times in the tournament, it's about the teams that are hot at the right time. I'm going with the ACC champion, Virginia Tech Hokies.
That's a hot one.
And that's a hot take, you know. But hey, man, with this tournament, man, sometimes you just got to step out on a limb.
I got them losing to Purdue.
Tournament.
I got them losing to Purdue in the second round.
And that's possible, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Purdue's a really tough that second round game between Virginia Tech and Purdue. That's going to be another really tough physical game. I just think Virginia Tech has a few more athletes, especially down low or whatnot, and I just think they'll just kind of squeak it out. And I think they're a really, really confident team right now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody expected them to run through that ACC tournament and win the ACC. They beat Duke. I think they're a really confident team right now. And a lot of times, like I said, in this tournament, it's not about the best team. It's about the hottest team. And for one game, anything's possible. So, yeah, my Final Four, I have Gonzaga, Arizona, Auburn, and Virginia Tech. And then moving forward, I don't know who you got in your championship game. I have Gonzaga and Auburn in the championship game.
I got Gonzaga and Arizona.
Gonzaga and Arizona. And drum roll. All right, here it is. For the first time in their school's history, and a pretty storied history, for the first time, Mark Few and the Gonzaga Bulldogs, I believe. Anyway, I got Gonzaga going on and getting their first national championship. Mark Few is going to finally get over that hump. Since 1999, he's dominated the West Coast Conference. They're clearly one of the best programs in the nation. Mark Few has put this team and this school on the map. Nobody knew or even thought about Gonzaga. No one knew what it was or where it was. And now they're one of the best recruiting schools in the nation. They continuously draw top 5, top 10 guys coming out of high school. Speaking of the NBA draft, speaking of guys who will get in, Chet Holmgren, don't be surprised if you hear his name called number 1 in this year's draft. The kid's 7'2", he's long, he's wiry. I think if he's gonna be successful on the next level, he's gonna have to put on some weight.
Right.
But he has a skill set that we rarely see in guys his size. You know what I'm saying? He's a great shooter from 3-point range. Great shooter. He can turn, face you up, score. He's an underrated passer for his size, and he will rim protect like nobody's business.
Well, you know what I like about him. Even though he's skinny, he's not scary. Like he's not scared to bang in the post.
He's not. He'll get in there.
He's tough.
Although he doesn't have a lot of body, he'll throw what little body he has around.
Right. All 175 pounds of him.
If that. 175 after McDonald's.
Sheesh.
But no, he's a very, very, very talented kid. But yeah, I mean, I got Gonzaga and Auburn in a championship game, and I got Gonzaga win it all. What about you, man? What's your championship game, and who do you got winning it all?
Oh, it's Gonzaga and Arizona. You know, I said earlier, I get Arizona pulling it out.
Okay. And once again, that's a very,
very possible,
very, very feasible. You know what I'm saying? Arizona, they went on and they won the Pac-12 conference tournament. I believe they were the regular season champion and the conference champion. I don't know. You might have to fact check me on that, but I know they won the conference championship. Once again, they got a kid there who will probably be a top 10 pick. And then real quick, guys, just for kicks and giggles or whatever, just a few guys to look out for that you'll probably see playing on the next level in the NBA. Obviously, with Gonzaga, we mentioned Chet Holmgren. Obviously, with Auburn, I mentioned Jabari Smith.
Purdue has a kid.
Purdue has a kid in Jaden Ivey, who'll probably be a top 10 pick. I mentioned Benedict Mathurin, and I hope I'm saying his name right, but Benedict Mathurin with Arizona. I'm trying to think any other guys there to maybe look. Oh, Duke, Paolo Banchero. If he's another guy, probably going to be top 3 for me. Right now, you'll probably see Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero in some order, in some fashion. Those guys are probably going to go 1, 2, or 3.
Sure. Like we don't got any guys. We don't got any guys coming out of the G League now.
I mean,
be careful. Gotta be careful now.
I can't come up with anybody off the top of my head, but just a few guys. I just want to throw out a few names to look out for. as far as in this NCAA tournament, and some guys that you will definitely see play on the next level. Top 5, top 10 picks. Well, like I said, I think Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith, those will probably be the first 3 names you hear. And Paolo Banchero, he's a kid at Duke, 6'9", has a great handle. He finishes well around the basket. He has to improve on his jump shot a little bit, but he's really a 6'9". He's a 6'9" playmaker. Oh man, I can't even. I'm trying to think of a player comp.
Julius Randle.
No, not okay. I'm gonna give him a player comp, and I know people have been on him. People have been on him a lot. He's not looked at in the best light right now, but I would say I could see him almost like a Ben Simmons, so to speak. I don't see Banchero necessarily playing point guard for any team, but I can see him almost like
a small forward, like a point forward.
Yeah, I could see him in kind of a point forward role. Neither guy is a great shooter right now. I think Paolo Banchero is, at a minimum, he's a more confident shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He'll take the shot.
Mm-hmm. But Paolo Banchero is a very, very, very aggressive player. You know what I'm saying? He does have a solid mid-range jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You really can't. He's really a matchup problem because you can't put a big on him. Because with his handle and his athleticism, his quickness, you can't put a big on him. Otherwise, good night. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna score. So, just a couple guys to really look out for here in the tournament. And yeah, it's gonna be a very exciting tournament. I guess technically it starts tomorrow with some of the play-in games, and then the first 32 teams will play Thursday and into Friday and into this weekend. So it's gonna be a heck of a tournament. You guys be on the lookout. We both will be putting up our brackets on the Rooted in Sports Instagram page.
Yeah, look out.
And if you aren't following already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Once again, that's Rooted in Sports. Be on the lookout because once I win this little friendly wager we got here with our NCAA tournament brackets, we're gonna see him. You know what? I think I want to, like I said, I think I would like to see, you could just do maybe like a Bulls hat and maybe a Bears t-shirt or something, you know what I'm saying? Or a Bears hat, a Bulls t-shirt or something, I love it, you know what I'm saying? For an entire episode.
For an entire episode?
An entire episode.
You know what? I'm gonna make you wear, like I said, you gonna wear a USC jersey. You gonna wear a Lakers hat. Look, and I might make you wear some Clippers wristbands or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna make you be LA. I'm gonna make you be LA West Coast out, right?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, y'all. When you see my bracket, you can be like, dude, this dude is just gonna rep the Pac-12 because I'm proud of the Pac-12. For years we've been getting shitted on in all sports, and now we're kind of trying to come back in the fold. In basketball and football. So I'm excited to see what we can do. So last year they had to have somebody,
And like I said, the Pac-12 definitely have a couple teams with championship aspirations. Yeah. Like I said, I have Virginia Tech beating UCLA in Elite Eight, but I won't be surprised to see they are. And tough. They're a team who I believe they were in the Final Four last year.
They were in the Final Four. They sure were.
What I'm saying? They got the kid Johnny Juzang, another potential first round pick. He'll probably be toward mid to end of the first round, but I do like his game. He was a guy who could have left after last year and probably would have been a first rounder.
But
he decided to go back. I can see Arizona winning out of Pac-12. So those are at least 2 Pac-12 teams for guys to look out for. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Once again, we're gonna put these brackets up on our Instagram page. Also, you're going to see us maybe, throw up a few polls or whatever on a few interesting games. Hey, guys, chime in, man. Interact. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? We love sports, as you can see. This is a great time of the year. So, yeah, just chime in. And don't forget, this Sunday and every
Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Central, it's going to be 7.
5 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Right.
Please tune in to the Rooted in Sports podcast on our YouTube link, on our YouTube page. You'll be able to catch the YouTube link in our bio on the Rooted in Sports Instagram page. And go ahead, feel free, catch us on YouTube. comment and prepare for a little live interaction, maybe a little live response if you comment. And yeah, guys, much appreciation. We love you all. Once again, you're gonna see this winning bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, you'll see King Tiberius bracket. Oh, and feel free to send us your brackets, and we'll put them in our story, and we'll go back and forth. And hell, I'm down for another wager. I have nothing to lose.
Absolutely,
right? I have everything to gain. Right,
yes,
I'm a USC fan, so right. And as far as prospects, I know we keep talking prospects and NBA draft. Just tune in. Obviously, we're doing a lot of rooted in football now. Guess what? Rooted in basketball will be next because we got the NBA draft. That won't be too far after. So look out for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But other than that, we love you guys. God bless you guys. We got a lot of content. Got a lot coming. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, man. May the best bracket win.
Make sure you set some money aside at your paycheck to buy that stuff, so you can just go ahead and get the shit ready. Excuse my language, guys.
All right, much love, everybody.